Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Raidhyn and I'm back playing some more Brawlhalla. Tonight I'm just going to be hanging out on some online matches. I'm going to go ahead and random because I'm feeling pretty comfortable with the entire cast right now. And in lieu of that, what I'm planning on doing is starting a new series in coordination with Misfit where we're going to hold 1v1 best of 3 matches with the entire cast. So what I'm planning to do is to play these sets, each with a different character, and kind of talk about some of the strategies for each character, kind of what makes them different, and some of the tips and techniques you can use for both. I don't feel like each character warrants their own guide per se, although I am planning on building weapon guides that are going to be both written and video that should be available on the Steam guides. That's kind of like my next big Brawlhalla project as far as awesome guides go. But I really am looking forward to being able to feature and highlight each character. There was a discussion going on the Steam forum about how all the characters feel really similar. You know, they're too samey. Everybody has the same weapons. There's not enough difference, and you know, I really don't think that's true. Like, I think on a surface level it's easy to see that, but you know, I believe that each character kind of has different play styles, even if they have this, you know, even if they share weapons with the rest of the cast. Now, this game is still in closed beta, and I'm sure that over time, you know, the developers are going to be doing everything they can do to make this the best game possible. That's what they've demonstrated so far, and I'm sure that's how they're going to continue to maintain the game in the future. And as far as character diversity goes, you know, I think that's something that, you know, some people are never going to be satisfied with whatever you tell them. But I think that the characters are quite different. The way that I play Hattori is very different from how I play Ada, even though they both have spears. The way I play Nash is very different from how I play Bodvar, even though they both have hammers, you know? And I think it's, I think that, yes, there could be more differences between the characters, but I know one of the design intentions of the game was to kind of avoid you having to relearn all of the core mechanics just because you wanted to change characters or try somebody new out. So yes, each character, you know, they share the baseline, but I think they're different. So anyway, look forward to that. That should be coming out in the next couple of days. I would have been recording it tonight, and I actually recorded the first episode where I played Sentinel and then had terrible, terrible audio problems. And basically all of the footage ended up being completely useless. So instead, what I'm doing is I'm just gonna do an online matchmaking game. You know, it's there aren't a lot of players playing this yet, and it is almost midnight on a Tuesday, so we'll see if we can get anybody. At one point I was in the queue for so long that it eventually did just match me with 3 other bots, which I wasn't too excited about, but you know, I get it. The game's in closed beta. There's a very small community right now. Speaking of the community, if you do want to get involved in some of the topics and discussion and everything else, the Steam forum is pretty active. I know that the developers post there frequently, and they're always there answering questions that anybody seems to have and listening to feedback and all the rest of it. We also just recently started a, by we I mean the greater we of the community, started a subreddit for Brawlhalla. It's just, you know, reddit.com/r/Brawlhalla. Pretty easy, so if you're a Reddit user like I am, you should go ahead and check that out. I plan to be on both of those, but once the subreddit gets going a little bit stronger, I'll probably end up spending most of my time on the subreddit, just because I find that the quality of conversation when it comes to games ends up being a lot more quality when it comes to game discussions on Reddit. In fact, the whole reason that I started using Reddit was because back when Dota 2 was in closed beta, it was the only place to go and get information. Like, that's where all of the good strategy guides and discussion was happening about all of the complexities that is Dota 2. So that's kind of how I ended up over there on Reddit. Now, we are at our match, and it looks like we've got 2 friends playing locally. So we've got 2 Sir Rolands, and it looks like we randomed. Are we? Yeah, we're Orion. We're the same character that we were in that we were in the bot match. Yeah, we'll just see how this goes. I like the whole idea of people who are friends being able to matchmake together online. I think that's a nice addition. You know, it's kind of like, yeah, man, let's go, let's pwn some noobs. You know, and then they can talk about it afterwards and be like, oh man, did you see that Orion? Like, that guy was crazy, man. He was just chasing me in the air and air juggling, and you know, then I was doing some neutral stuff and I was hitting him, but then he dodged and he punched me in the face, and then he hit me with a sword, and then he blew us both up with a bomb. It was nuts, man. So maybe stuff like that will happen. I don't know. Let's try to get this Nye out, since she is our easy target at the moment. Whoa, Roland, no! I want the kill. I want the kill. I get such tunnel vision when these characters end up being really low. Because I'm like, oh man, I really want that. I really want it. Alright, there we go, finally. We got a double knockout. See if we can't get a triple. Nope, I messed it up. I have a really hard problem with neutral attacks in the air. I've always got my hand on the stick. So, all right, looks like Roland v. Roland over here. Okay, all right, but we're doing good. You know, we're firmly in the lead. It's all right. Not that I would, you know, it's at some point my own hubris is going to get the best of me, but when I go and I play free-for-all, I'm genuinely surprised when I have trouble, just because of the amount of time that I've put into this game. I was actually playing playing earlier with somebody who said that after they played me, they went and looked up some guides, and they actually found my guides. They were like, hey, I just played that guy. He was the reason why I looked up those guides, which I think is awesome. Like, I'm glad that I'm being a proponent of my own stuff. So, yeah, it's good times. Alright, so Edge Garden over there. Looks like Blue Roland on the other side just got knocked out by Nye, which is cool. And Orion is just not as fast as Ada with the spear. But that's okay. I'm gonna throw a spear across the board. Got a little bit of jumping around. I've been noticing like more complete, it's not frame skips, but just like information skips while playing tonight. I'm not sure why that is. I don't think it's that big of a deal. You know, like a lot of people have been complaining about lag, and I've never had that much of a problem with it. I don't know if that's because I have decent internets or what, but never had much of a lag problem. Blue Roland has like the handle on these neutral attacks. There we go. Feeling good about that. I do think Roland is one of my favorite characters. I mean, I know that I played him in the tournament last weekend, but I don't know. I like him. He's a classy fella, you know. He wears armor. He's got a crown if you got that skin, and he just looks so majestic while he's out there, like, you know, fighting peoples. Yeah, so this went pretty good. It's gonna be a short video, but if you are watching this, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Like I said, it's pretty much my goal to continue making Brawlhalla videos as well as I can, and trying to encourage a community where we say GG after the game instead of just immediately leaving. I'm not gonna be mean. I just want to say GG. So. With all that being said, thank you guys very much for watching. Remember to hit the like button if you like this video, since it helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll see you next time for more Brawlhalla.